Good morning, world. We are back down the unit and going to be cracking on with the van some more. Exciting stuff. I've been on the spend up. I've bought some bits. Nothing too exciting. Let me show you. Got some bends. I've got a flexi. I've got the V-band, as you know, from last time. And I've got a length of 2.5 inch stainless steel tube. Not really done too much yet. Obviously, I've just melted that together last time really badly, as you can see. Just trying to mock it up, get a general idea for it. Don't really know the plan. Just going to start cutting stuff and see how it pans out. So yeah, let's get it in the air. Oh, what else have I got? I've got loads of these little pie cuts as well. This is like my parts area. But yeah, I bought loads of these because I thought they might be handy. And I'm not that great at cutting pie cuts, so for how much they were, a pile of them I thought might come in handy. I thought they would have cleaned them up. I have to deburr them all. And I still haven't got a belt for my sander. The little rubber belt that I sheared last time. So everything has to be hand cleaned up, but it's alright. Cool, how many of these did I buy? Shed loads. Right, let's get the ramp up and assess the situation. So I've added a little cotton reel mount, like I said I was going to add. I've cable tied the fuel pipe away. It's a little bit tight, but I'll see how it goes. That's all bolted up nice now. I added another super duper cable tie to the middle, just to hold it straight with the rest of the van, because it was sort of hanging over to one side. And I've just sort of been eyeballing it. It's nice and high. I've tucked it right up. There's plenty of room up there, so it's not going to scrape out on anything, if you know what I mean. It sort of goes up and then down at an angle, but it's all right. I'm going to probably try and add the flexi here, so that's what I'm going to try and do now. Let's pull it apart. So, done some chopping, and this is what I've got up with, or what I've ended with. This still slides into here, so I can put a clamp around that. I can have the flexi there, obviously it's a bit hanging a little bit, and then that sort of aims up towards where I need it to go. Might even twist it a little bit like that. Don't want to get too close to that mount. I want to try and keep away from the back mount here, so yeah, that's kind of how it's going to pan out. I'm going to put a couple of little TIG spots on here. I'm no TIG welder, by the way. Someone commented in my last video saying that I had the amps too high, and they're probably right, to be fair, because I genuinely don't know what I'm doing. But sometimes I can weld really, really good if I take my time. Other times I weld really, really bad. Most of the time it's really, really bad. But yeah, I'm going to take some time and see if I can get my welder set up and see how this pans out. I know I need to clean it all up, so I know it needs to be clinically clean. I think that's maybe where I was going wrong. But yeah, let's do it. Let's see how it pans out. So, been practicing my TIG welding. Still terrible. Yeah, as you can tell, I am no TIG welder. I used to be really good at it. Well, I say really good at it. I used to be okay at it. I only used to like practice and stuff like that. But I think I'm better with Ali than I am with stainless steel. I had these really nice like glass cups that were designed for DC TIG welding, and they were really good, and everything I TIG stainless steel with them always come out all right, like really nice colours and stuff like that. I've got this like porcelain cup on it. I realised I had the wrong colour tungsten, so I changed to a red. I've upped my gas flow, I've down my gas flow, I've upped my amps, I've down my amps. It just doesn't come out pretty, but it's nothing that a wire wheel and a bit of heat wrap can't fix. This is why I don't build exhaust systems for people, because you know, you can't be good at everything. I mean, I'm hardly good at anything, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I've sort of blobbed that together. As you see, goes up there. I'm now looking for a piece of exhaust like this that I've just cut to size, and hopefully I can slot that in there, weld that to that, and that will start heading up towards the little 90 up there that you can see. I might put a V-band on that just so I can unbolt it and then sort of unhook it down, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how it pans out. Yeah, let's crack on. Definitely too hot. Turn it down a tad. It ain't pretty, but I can tell you now, I'm confident it ain't gonna leak. Ain't even that fluffy inside either. I'm happy with that. Well, not over the moon happy, but I'm happy up to my standards anyway. Some people say you've always got to be comfortable when you weld. I tell you where I'm comfortable, when I'm not welding. What happened to my TV? Why has it all jumped over here? Is it because I was TIG welding? It's never done that before. What's the one in here look like? Oh, it's gone to sleep. That's really weird. Can I do the man thing? Just turn it off and on again, it'll be alright. Odd. Very odd. It's waking back up. Oh, that's better. I fixed it. Huh. I wonder why it did that. Maybe some sort of electromagnetic interference from the TIG welder. I mean, they're plugged into the same socket. Maybe I'll turn that TV off. Right, so here's what I'm thinking. That little bit of exhaust, I don't know how well you can see, but that slots into the sort of 90-degree bend that was underneath. So, and because there's a bit of wiggle room and I'm not that great at fabrication, I'm going to use that as my last welding point. So I'm thinking I'm going to carry on hot snotting this together. Once that's all tigged on there, I think I'm going to add another V-band there with a bit of straight and then a 90 off of it. And then I will alter the length of this to suit until that slots together, then connect that down at the bottom, and then hopefully that will be the exhaust done. Obviously I can add the V-band and stuff like that. Add the V-band, add the Lambda bung afterwards. I can work out where I want to put that. So yeah, next up, unbolt this, weld that all the way around. I bumped into my friend's dad the other day. His name's Sean. He's a proper car guy like us lot, and he said to me, oh, I really like your new unit, I'll have to come down and have a look one day, you know, you might need something making. He's a TIG welder. Would have probably been the day I should have invited him down was today, because he did say, you never know, you might need something making, I could give you a hand. He's going to be laughing his head off now when he sees this. Look at the state of it. It's together though. Bet it works. So here's how it's panning out. That's welded to that. Added the V-band, added a 90. There's about an inch worth of room between the inlet manifold and the exhaust downpipe. Probably would have liked it a bit further away than that, but that's how it's panned out, so that's how it's going to stay. That now aims towards the downpipe. I've left this kind of loose, so we'll loosen it a little bit more though. I'm going to take the ramp up and eyeball this. See how that looks. Gonna have to do a little bit of cutting in the bandsaw, I think. It's a bit too far over, look. That wants to go that way more, then it'll be more in line with this. I probably could twist this and aim it, but I think it'll be nicer if I shorten that where it goes towards that V-band, and then I can just shove this whole exhaust over, maybe like 15-20 mil, something like that, and that will line up there. It will keep it nice and tight, not too tight but tighter to the, let me twist that around a bit, look, tighter to the I want to keep that flexi straight as well, which is annoying. See, that's already hitting. Maybe I don't. Let's have a look. Hello. Actually, maybe I don't want to shorten it that much because I want to. See. Now I've twisted the centre section around a little bit to kick this that way, and it is still aiming towards it, but not enough. I kind of need it to go that way more. So yeah, I'm going to take that out, stick it in the bandsaw, chop it down, shorten that straight bit, and then that whole lot will go over there a bit more. Yeah, let's just do it. While I was cutting away, I remembered I had a massive pile of pie cuts sitting next to me. So I done this. Added a little pie, blobbed it in. I think that's going to be the one. Let's get it fitted to the van and see how it pans out. Let's see how it eyeballs. This is looking spot on. So happy I took it all apart and cut it back. Look, that lines straight up with that. Cut this little piece. I reckon tig that on there, and look, that will slide nicely inside that little sleeve. Right, ramp down again. Lots of up and downs today. Ramp down, take that bit off, spot that on, fit it all up again, make sure it all looks straight, and then tig the living life out of it. Yeah, exhaust will be done today. I'm happy. Progress. I am liking the way that this has panned out. Look, so much more room between the inlet and the downpipe. I can get my whole hand in there now. That's more than enough. And that little bit just slotted in nicely, and the V-band clipped together. All right, it's all a little bit loose still, I think. Oh, maybe tighter than I thought. I'm gonna slacken it off just a bit. But I reckon we'll take the ramp up, give it a little tweak, just to make sure that we're happy how it's all sitting. And then, yeah, it's tight, but it's loose, if you know what I mean. Take the ramp up, have a little eyeball, see if we can put some little paint marks or pen marks on that last joint, and then weld it all together. Oh, need that ratchet. I'm gonna have to undo the V-band now, down underneath. Oh yeah. I had to stop to take a breather, and I'm pretty sure I've got a metal shard in my eye because I'm an idiot and I didn't put my goggles on till after I got the shard in my eye. I've had the downpipe on and off a million times. As you can tell, I'm getting tired. I'm starting to slur. I've had the downpipe on and off a million times, and it all lines up absolutely fine. I've spent an absolute age drilling that hole. My hole saw's blunt and it's probably not designed for stainless steel, so I had to like drill for a bit, use the die grinder, hence I've got a shard of metal in my eye. I then put on these goggles, which saved my other eye, I guess, and then I've been drilling, grinding, until I finally got it up to, because obviously this is like a chamfered Lambda bung plug. Perfect. So I need to tick that in, and then technically the exhaust is done. So I'm going to weld that in now. I've got to clean it up because I covered it in WD-40 just to try and get the hole saw to cut in a bit better. So I'm going to clean that up, bit of brake cleaner, dry it all up, tick that in, jobbed. I'm going to say that is officially my downpipe done. Yes, I know, I've said it a million times and I'll keep saying it. I am a terrible welder, but it works. I need to drink some water. See, that bit don't look too bad. It's the right colour as well. Don't look at it too closely, will you? Gonna get the downpipe fitted, and then I'm gonna check the boost system for leaks. There was a comment that I got in one of my my last video, because I bodged up this elbow by sleeving it with another piece of hose. Someone said I need to put a clip on this hose, and I explained to them that this piece of hose goes to about here, and then this hose slides over the top of it, and then that clamp clamps down on the pair of them. And he said, no, this clamp is only designed to hold one hose, it won't hold two. I need to put another clip there. If I don't, it will lose between 10 and 15 horsepower. Very, very accurate power figure there that I'm going to lose. So I'm going to pressure test my boost system. Let's do it. Just chucking the exhaust on for the last time, so I thought I'd show you what it looks like fitted. There it is. Got the lambda sensor in as well. Obviously got to route that cable somewhere a bit nicer. That looks okay. I'm happy with that. Oh yeah. And that's how the downpipe looks underneath. Obviously it's still a little bit loose up there, so I can swing it back and forth. I ended up sliding this section out of there, and I chopped about 20mm off the end. And now that goes in, see my little mark there? That now goes in there further. And if you look, try and do it with one hand. Look. Can't do it. Oh. How's that meme go? Nice. Does fit very, very nice, trust me. I just can't do it with one hand. And I haven't got the budget for a cameraman. Yeah, put the clamp around that and, oh, pressure test the boost system. Right, let's crack on with that. So, let me show you the setup. Up there, right here, I have a compressor. It's plugged in here. Airline comes down here, across the mess on the floor, up here to this. This is an air pressure regulator, which you can adjust the flow on and off, and you can adjust the pressure here. That then connects to this, which is a bung. I've taken the boost pipe off of the turbocharger, and there's a Jubilee clip going into there. Obviously my boost pipes go across here, across there, as you've seen, through the cooler, back up and onto the top of the throttle body. What this will do, this will obviously use compressed air to pressurize the boost system as the turbocharger would when you're basically booting it up the road. This is car wax, like soapy water basically, not like obviously fairy liquid or anything like that, because it's bad for your paint. But this is just like a wash and wax that's very, very highly diluted. What I'm going to do, I'm going to apologise in advance as well, because what will probably happen is when I turn this on, the compressor will cut in and it's like the world's noisiest cheap Chinese compressor, but it gets the job done. But I'd like to think once this car is up and running, boost wise, I'm not really planning on, I'm not aiming for like a certain boost level. Obviously I'm aiming for a certain power level, but I'd like to think I won't have to go much past, if at all, 20-25 psi. The turbo's rated for 300 horsepower. I want 200 horsepower, wheel horsepower as well. If I can get 250 horsepower, I'll probably be quite happy. I don't think I'm gonna have to run that much boost. I reckon if I can cap it at 20 psi, I'll be quite happy with that. So for argument's sake, I'm going to test my boost pressure system, or my boost system, at a pressure of about 26 psi. So, open this, turn it up, there you go, 25 psi. Look, not one leak. I haven't flared the hoses yet. Not even the slightest bit of bubbling, especially around my doubled up hose. There you go. Told ya. That's 30 psi. It's 2 bar of boost. Air whistling out the inlet manifold. So obviously the throttle body opens and closes still. There's 2 bar of boost in there, not a leak. Lovely, I'm happy with that. So there you have it, that confirms that then. My dodgy double sleeve boost hose is not going to lose me 10 to 14 horsepower on the horsepower scale. Yeah, bodged, but bodged well. Right, I'm going to tighten this Jubilee clip back up before I forget. Then I need to start looking at the cooling system. I have a header tank. Let me show you my header tank. I went on eBay, obviously. This whole car's built from eBay, really. Cheap crap. I bought this. This is a universal expansion tank. It's got a 14 psi cap on it, but the cap is exactly the same as a Mazda MX-5. So I can use like a Mazda MX-5 22 psi cap, and then I can use it as a proper expansion tank rather than like a burp tank, I think it is, something like that. I need to try and figure out somewhere to mount it. I may be thinking here, or more than likely also thinking maybe here. Right, I'm a bit stuck for room as I am, whoops, always, I think it's a bit big for there. I'm just going to turn it sideways. I don't know. Tighten that clip up and have a play. See what pans out. I've said that a lot today. So this is what I ended up with. I mounted it here. I did think about putting it over there where the original sort of one sits, but I want to keep that area kind of clear for like an air filter and stuff like that. And bringing it over here, it just makes it a bit easier. I've bought these fittings, although I think they're a bit big. I think they're dash 12, and I've got some massive dash 12 90s. I might send them back, because I was thinking if I just TIG that down there onto the side of the tank, and then I could put a 90 off the bottom of that. Oh, I'm thinking I might even put it down there, you know, or over here, just to so it maybe goes through the alternator belt. No, I need to put the belt on to try and judge it. But yeah, I made a little bracket, just a bit of flat bar, drilled 2 holes in it, bolted it to the expansion tank, MIG welded it to the inner wing. I prefer MIG welding over TIG any day. So forgiving, especially when you're crap at welding like me. But yeah, I've mounted that there. Quite happy with that. It's going to sit flush under the bonnet. He says, hasn't checked it, he's just winging it as always. But yeah, so I'm thinking I might buy some smaller fittings, TIG them somewhere, maybe at the bottom or something like that. And then I'll have a pipe coming off the bottom, round. Obviously the alternator will be up here more. And then the pipe can go down, and then I'll TIG a fitting onto the side of the rad, so that when I fill this with water, the water will trickle down the pipe, fill the rad up, and inevitably fill up the cooling system. I'll then TIG another little fitting on the top here, and I've ordered a little T, because I've joined these 2 pipes together. I said in the last video, these pipes used to go to the inlet manifold when it was carburettor. So I'm just going to put a T in line here, and then the T will come out, and I'll just TIG a little fitting onto the side of the alley expansion tank there. So as the water goes in, the air pretty much comes out nearly the highest point, and it bleeds the air off, and bleeds all the air off back to the expansion tank. Oh my god, I need to call it a day. I am shattered. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tidy up now, and I'm gonna go home. So yeah, I think that'll be about it for this video. Like, share, subscribe. Cheers guys, thanks very much, bye.